Dan Rubin. I built this big display with Nick Capados, and we got some help from Micah Gilliam with the vehicles and the aliens and bugs. So what we did here was we really wanted to do an alien world. So we did purple for the landscape, and something we wanted to do was try and make it pop, try and do more in the World of Light segment. So we could put some black lights on it, and we built a lot here out of colors that pop with the black light. So we got these crystals that are trans neon green, and you can see, like, I can turn it off and on. Like, what a difference the black light makes on that color. And then all these mushrooms are the new Lego coral color, and that also pops under the black light. So we get this like big like alien glowy landscape thing. And then, you know, we've got our colony base here that we've been building up. I really like hexagons, so we got our hexagon landing pads. We got Nick came together with the greenhouse, and he built it into this huge structure. And the structure is ready. Next year, it's got openings in it. We're going to try and run some vehicles or trains or something through it. Like, we're trying to build up for the future. I see we're doing a close-up on the greenhouse. There's a spy hiding in there, I'm told. So hopefully somebody can spot it. So
you got to have those fun details like that throughout the layout.
You got to something. It's really about drawing people in, especially kids, something for them to look at and be like, oh, cool, did you see that? Oh, cool, mommy, did you see that? Like, look, there's a pig. Look, there's a whatever, you know. The guys flying around up on the roof. The idea there, like, from a kid's perspective, they just pop out, right? They just pop out and then they disappear again. So, like, give them some fun.
Talk more about that tower there, because that's a very impressive part of the build as well.
Oh, thanks. So I built the tower. I was trying to do something different. Like, I did the classic space logos. I did those a while ago, and I wanted to keep using them. And then I wanted to try and do an elevator. So I used the roller coaster track there. It doesn't actually run, but I think it looks pretty good. And then we tried to tie the two buildings thematically together with these panels with the square and diamond shapes. And my son was like, are you going to put some of that trans neon green on the building to like tie it together to do the power? And I was like, I am now. So I got these trans neon green domes running up the side of the tower as well to give us that cohesiveness, I guess. And all these new angled tiles you can do so much cool stuff with. So
what's the structure on the inside of that tower like?
So it's hollow. There was an old hovercraft set that had 45-degree angles on the front, and the Technic pieces to hold those, to hold the bumpers for the hovercraft, you can connect other stuff to, any Technic part. So I built a bunch of octagons, connected them together with tall Technic beams, and then all the surface of the tower, it pops on to Technic half pins and snot bricks and brackets and stuff. So it's like a skin. So I could use that structure and put a completely different skin on it next year if I wanted.
Let's dive into these landing platforms a little more. I know you said you like those shapes there, but obviously you kind of make it difficult on yourself when building with that shape as well.
Yeah, it is. So I can take a ship off if you want to take a look. But what you got here is tons of headlight bricks, and then a little bit of 1x1s and a little bit of somewhere in here there are a few of the 1x1s that have a stud on one side, because the cheese slopes, you got to do a half plate offset to get them to line up in a straight line. So it's regular plates, and then this one is offset by half a plate using the headlight brick, and then this one is a full plate increment again over and over all the way through. So the challenge with them, I only wanted it to be one brick thick, and that was a challenge to do and support it. So I don't know if it's well enough lit under there, but I did a structure of support gantries underneath it, and actually I will pick up this one because it's not wired. I got structural hot dogs on here. They're load-bearing wieners.
Whatever works.
Exactly. You got to do something to hold the angle. And then, yeah, you can see that it's hard to close the middle, so use a circle. It does the job. It looks pretty good.
What are the various spaceships based on that you have set out through here?
So, Micah Gilliam brought these. So this one, he says it's a Galactic Inquisition ship. That's a theme I created back in like 2004. So
A few years old now.
a little bit. It's still hanging on, I guess. So, and then this one is, so it's Hell Rider, right? He says it's Hot Rod inspired. There we go. Got the flames coming out, like I think it's heavy metal inspired too. You can see somebody playing their guitar as they go. And then Nick is a huge Mtron fan, and so he's built this thing.
Of course, you got to get the classic space themes like Mtron represented.
Yeah, man, it's good stuff. Here, I'll get this out of your way.
See some play features here.
Yeah. Looks like, the pilot's got his, just like the old Mtron ships, the pilot has his own little flight pod that could come out. He does have magnetic cargo for it, too, because that's essential Mtron, right? Gonna retract the landing gear. And then he's got a little crane arm coming out of there to pick up the cargo.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, Nick did a bang-up job on that. It's like perfect Mtron, but with modern building techniques. I'm impressed.
And then as we make our way back to kind of the main building here, talk a little about some of the architectural details in terms of like the big sloping sides and what that's like.
So this is Nick's part of the build, but we found some inspiration online for like moon colonies and these big slabby structures. And so we'd gotten these Technic panels in lug bulk, got some kids who like to build moon base, great ball contraptions. They're good for that, but turns out they're really good for doing your big gray monolithic construction, right? And so tie them together with the rails to give them some texture. We've been doing the black and yellow accent colors throughout, so Pick a Brick helped us out a little bit there. See those repeated yellow elements. And then we brought in the trans neon green on the side of the building as well, so that we could
I think
we could keep the lights going.
I think it looks great. I also love the little minifigure scenes you've got, like this guy with the neon green spear. You've got the fencers up here.
Well, yeah, like I said, it's like stuff for people to like draw in and really look at it. It's not like, it's a big creation, right? So you want to have little things for people to look at, little things to like capture the attention and to make people take a closer look, because sometimes people walk around and you see their eyes get glazed over, right? Like, you want to have something exciting. You want to have something it's really about the kids too, and like something that kids are like, oh, wow, did you see that? Like, there's a guy in a pig costume hiding in there. Like, Mommy, did you see that? No, I don't remember. Like, just make it worth it.
Nick here. Due to several court orders across several states, I'm not able to appear on camera, but I would like to call out some help we got with this build. Micah Gilliam helped us with the purple and yellow bugs you see on top of the building and around the building and on people and possibly in people. John Palmer's Spleem design is in a couple of spots in this build. A classic, a beloved classic. Jeff Cross awarded me the Grontron truck pulling into door bay number 2. And shout out to my favorite person in California. Sorry, everybody else in California.
Excellent work all throughout here. I don't know if you have we talked about the different like rover type vehicles yet?
Yeah, here. Let's all pick one up. So this is the one he said is from Jeff Cross out in California. And then these are my build. And the thing about it is there's a pin in here, but they don't have to be trikes. I take the pin out, and now it's a quad rover.
Whoa, I love that.
Just, having a little fun with it. So they're to be in the classic space style, and like moon rovers, like they had to be super lightweight when they were bringing them up. So like it's like bar frame, it's like bare bones electric little thing. The idea is these are like solar collectors, so it's just electric powered by what's going on out there.
I also love the use of those yellow kind of lattice pieces there.
Those are such good parts. Like they give you a detail look with a single part, but then when you pull them together, you start making patterns, and it just feels industrial and built up. It's the same thing with like the roller coaster track for the elevator there. You get all the little gantry lines going back and forth. It gives you the industrial feel. I really like pulling that together with it.
So talk a little bit about kind of the collaboration process, because you guys have worked on some layouts in the past like this as well. We've seen some really cool kind of alien landscapes and stuff like that. So what was that like on this layout?
So our general thing is we live like maybe 20 miles apart, but we pretty much only see each other a couple times a year, mostly at BrickFair.
It's better for the team if you just keep your distance.
It is a little bit. I mean, we live on opposite sides of the Potomac River. You got that Maryland, Virginia tension going. And
The aforementioned courtroom proceedings.
so there's a lot of texting back and forth. There's a lot of changing our minds. Like we'll come out of BrickFair with, everybody comes out of a Lego convention with the energy to build, right? They're like, I'm so excited, I want to build some new stuff. But the reality is we got to put all this away. We got to sort all the stuff we bought and make room. And so then it's like, well, right after BrickFair, we thought we were going to build this. A couple months later, we talk about it again. I'm sort of feeling this other idea now. Basically, we need to get to crunch time. We need to get a couple months out from BrickFair, and that's where it really starts coming together. That pressure, like we'll go through 5 or 6 different concept ideas before it's like, all right, this is what we're doing, go. But I don't think we could do it any other way. That's just who we are. But that's also why we don't work with bigger groups most of the time, because like they couldn't deal with the way we change our minds so often, right? Like you got to have that knowing each other for 20 years flexibility to like, we know we're going to make it work, but we can't put the pressure on ourselves to make it work for somebody else.
Exactly, and the results are fantastic here. Now, do you have any idea how many pieces are in the whole layout? Do you guys try to keep track at all?
Not even kind of. Not even kind of. Like these, I got them at Pick-a-Brick. Like I built the concept one, and I had like 10 of those, and I was like, I can make some mushrooms. And then somebody on my lug was like, posted photos of what was on the Pick-a-Brick wall, and I was like, oh man, it's exactly what I need. So now we have tons of mushrooms, but there's about half a cup of Pick-a-Bricks worth of those on there. So a number, I don't know, but volume I know. Same kind of thing like...
It's definitely over 100 1x8 gray tiles.
Definitely over 100 1x8 gray tiles. That's fair. Yeah, I will say for like, I had to make some Pick-a-Brick orders for the angled tiles on the tower, and there's over 400 of each one because I'd ordered 400 of each and had to make another order. So, because I ran out. So, there's like the triangle ones, and there's the like kind of L-shaped ones, and there's over 400 of each of those.
Yeah.
So.
It adds up quickly, especially the gray pieces when you're doing all this parts-intensive work.
Yeah, it really does. Like the landing pads, you know how I was saying they were heavy on headlight bricks and on 1x1 plates, over 1,000. Over 1,000 of each. Just because it's repetition over and over and over and over again to make all these triangles, and then put the triangles together into bigger triangles, and then put those into hexagons. So
then what is setup like at the show with you guys kind of coming in with your build separately? How does that typically work? How far ahead of the show do you arrive to make sure it's all set up?
So we both got here by noon on Wednesday, and we managed to get it together for World of Lights, which was Friday night, right? But just barely. Part of the thing is we get here, it's big enough it spans 2 tables. We have to spend time finding 2 tables that are level, because the structure this big, when one's half an inch higher than the other, it breaks. So it's a lot of work getting it set up, but it's worth it. Yeah. It's a lot of fun.
No, this is a fantastic layout. I love the purple and the different colors and everything. Like blacklight idea is great. Always love to see the work that you guys bring to BrickFair, so keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thanks so much. I really appreciate it.